Yo, what's up, everybody? Ogadi Top is in the building. Hope you're good. Let's talk drama festival. Let's talk Butere Girls. Let's talk Cleophas Malala. Let's talk the government. All right, so I'm about to say about a few things that might get me in trouble. Yeah, but, well, if I don't do it, who will? I've seen a couple of people talking about it. Good stuff. Let's talk about it. That's how we find solutions, okay? That's how we get better. Now, first of all, I condemn that act highly. Why? I wouldn't be Obinna if it wasn't through creative arts. Performing arts. Yes, that's the word. Performing arts. Drama festival was my thing, man. My choral verse. I used to do narratives alone. I was on stage. And I've spoken about this a couple of times, man. But the shout out to Jemo, man. Jemo was from Kisumu Day. Jemo was my coach. And I did a narrative known as Mwisho. Mwisho, it was amazing. I think it took me kuna ile level before ufike tu nationals. Ni venye sana nilikuwa natoka shule nyingine pia ukaneto Busaka miso kidogo mambo ikachemuka. All right? And we have a lot of amazing acts, even leaders in this country who, if it wasn't performing arts, they would not be where they are. So performing arts is a very important part in the society and in the growth of our children and in the education sector. All right? So I highly condemn it. Let the children do their thing, man. Let the people do their thing, you see. And then, wasanii ni kioo cha jamii. People don't create these things. We just mirror the society. What is happening? These things I talk about and the things I do are the things that are in the society that happen, and you guys are very afraid to talk about them, so we talk about them for you. How do we talk about them? Through music, through comedy, through art, through dance, through whatever, through movies and the rest, okay? However, that's not the point of this conversation. This is what I want to say. So let's start police. So the National Police Service, that was very poor of you. Could have done better. Harassing and mishandling journalists, that is a criminal act according to the Constitution of Kenya. And is it the Media Council Act, I think, of 2013? Something like that. Yeah. So first of all, that is a criminal act. You're not supposed to. Journalists are just doing their job. Like, hata watu wanze kuandamana saa inaone tu mtu ameandikwa press, media. My friend, achana now as a policeman, as a military person. Even when you go to Gaza, penye hizo mavita zinapiganwa, journalists are never touched. Okay? We have a few people like Juzi. Is it the Israeli or something? Wale waliwa journalists Juzi, whether they were in an ambulance or something. I saw a story like that somewhere. So that one is a criminal act. Okay, that should never happen. Okay? Wacha venye munafanya kazi yenu kama polisi, sisi watu wa media tunafanya kazi yetu, watu waheshimiane. However, Kenya right now, there's a precedent that has been set of harassing and gagging and abusing journalists. Like if you talk about anything, we ni mubaya. And this thing, by the way, hata ifanyiki na polisi peke yake, hata nyinyi wa Kenya. Saizi mimi nikienda nikae chini na Ruto ni mu-interview. Oh, Obinna, we are canceling you. We don't want you to interview. So it is happening both ways, from the government and from the people. I don't know where that is coming. It's a very stupid thing. Should never happen. Journalists have free will. The right of, what is freedom of expression? That one, something like that. Because they bring the news to you. Today, I'll go interview Rigiji. Tomorrow, I'll interview Ruto. The other day, I'll interview Kibaki. I'll interview Jomo Kenyatta and whoever it is, because I'm a journalist. That is what my role is. That is what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so let them do their job. Secondly, the Ministry of Education. Ministry of Education, I've seen your press release. There's a very damn clause in there. I don't know who wrote it. So there's a part in the press release for the Ministry of Education. They've said that principals, those are the heads of schools, who hire external people to come and teach students co-curriculum activities, so they are contravening, they're contravening the what? Yeah, there's a clause there. So basically, this is what they were saying. So kuna karul kako hapo, that shule, my principal, our FICO hire anybody external to come and train students on co-curricular activities. That is very dumb. You know why? So my teachers are very good in physics and chemistry and everything. They don't know anything about performing arts. But you're forcing them to teach us performing arts that they don't have no idea about, and you want us to go and challenge other people who their teacher was an Obinna and he was excelling in the performing arts space. And you want them to compete with this other person who is very good, who is a geek. Ama is a tech guy. That is very dumb. Think of it this way. You are limiting the students' potential, because for them to be amazing, they have to be trained by amazing people who have walked the journey. I said at the beginning of this part, my teacher was Jemo. Jemo was not a teacher in Busakami High School, but I used to watch Jemo when I was in Chulaimbo, and there were Kisumu Day and Kisumu Boys walikuwa na kam nama plays in a kaka movie, and I used to watch them akina Colin Salema walikuwa na huwa wakipanda kwa stage. I'm like, yo. So I reached out to Jemo because I knew him, and I was like, yo, can you train me how to do? And Jemo came for free every evening. He'd either come to school, I would go to their place, and he trained me how to do this narrative known as Mwisho Mwisho, and it was amazing. But Jemo was not from the school, and then and hang around. So what happens is this: if you say that they should not be trained by other people, first una deny those other people work opportunity. Second, you are limiting the creative ability of the students, because now they're not being trained by a professional who knows it. So how many students wanoma watakuwa mafala because wanatrainiwa na mafala, because Ministry of Education imesema hakuna mtu wa nje mwenye nafaa kuje. Na hawa watu wengi wako na experience, they know how things are being done out here. So when the students finish school, they know how things work. So you have to think about it that direction. Let's hope someone in the Ministry of Education wakes up and starts to see there are some rules that you guys put there that but if you can afford someone amazing who is a performing arts professional, teacher, tutor, whatever, let them come and do, let them script, let them do whatever. Yeah. Cleophas Malala, good stuff. I read the synopsis of your play. It is basically about the gap between the older generation and this generation now, and that is what is bringing conflict. Even the play is set up in the Middle East, but you know, so maybe there are people here who felt a little bit guilty because it depicts what they are doing, but we'll never know. Okay. However, good stuff in supporting them, scripting, good stuff. But now for Kenyans, I want you to think about it this way. Why is the government so focused in frustrating someone who is not a threat to them? You see where I'm going with this? Cleophas Malala is not a threat to the government. Yep, I said it. I know, I said it. Cleophas Malala was huge, and then he became, I think, SG for UDA. And then at some point, when we disagree, then akatoka huko, then he's doing his own things. But if you look at the people who are a threat to the government, Cleophas Malala is not in the top 10. Sorry to say. Yeah, but it is what it is. Facts will always remain sacred. Yeah, opinions are opinions, but facts will remain sacred. Cleophas Malala top 10 threat to the government? No. So why is the government doing this? This is what I'm thinking. Ta-da! I present to you the new CS for the sports, culture, and heritage. Ama kitu kama hiyo. Yeah, something there. Yep. He's being positioned. Yes, because the underdog always wins. Okay, alisema the police were being very kind to him. The police are being kind. If the police are being kind to you, and the police are being soft with you, they treated you with decency. Kenya police. Hey. Yep, there goes your CS. Brother is being positioned. You guys don't see it because the underdog always wins, and you'll always support the underdog. Why? Because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So we are considering the enemy of our enemy, and now he's our friend, and all of a sudden he's this powerful person, and we're like, oh my God, you know, they took him, they drove him to Eldama Ravine, see where, then he was seated in a cell. Come on, bro. Gen Zs were shot, they were killed, they were kidnapped, they were abducted, they were doing whatever. The police were tear gassing people live. So, think with me. I'm just putting it out there. My 2 cents. I'm out. I told you it's gonna get me in trouble. Here goes nothing. Yep.